Okay, this was my third and final match at locals that secured me third place. It is Green Ranger versus Three Musketeers. It's an interesting watch. Let's get to it. Hello and welcome back. This is the third match. It was Green Ranger versus Three Musketeers. My opponent is Kat, and I always appreciate Kat because she always comes with decks that are not necessarily, you know, just like meta clones and stuff, and likes out there decks as well. We went to Tamers once as a ghost game, and Pete had Gamamon, I had Jellymon, and she went with Angoramon because, you know, why not? Okay, so off to a quick start. Kat is up into tank mon in the back. I've gone with the Palmon and the agility training to do a search, and Lalamon bottom decks are most important stuff because she's a dingus. Back over to Kat, going up into, I think it's the Rapture Dramon, or no, Gigadramon. I think, yes, it's Gigadramon. Does one check, survives, off to a good start. The Green Ranger engine is not online yet, but it is getting very close. So we push out with the Palmon, we tag the Gigadramon to lose 2 memory until end of turn, or end of opponent's turn I should say, into the Sunflowmon by popping the agility training, spend the Palmon, play out the Lalamon, bottom deck the things we need. Then I believe we're going to digivolve into the Agromon, no, Agoramon, that one. And then into the Leopardmon, which allows us to play out something reduced by 4. Argomon. Why couldn't I think of Argomon's name? That plays out the Togemon. And then I believe we're just going to wombo combo and go right into the Leopard X. There it is. Leopard X 4-1 plays out something reduced by 7. We play out the Grand Gale reduced by 7. And then we're going to bounce something of 17,000 to hand. No, or 14. 14,000? 5 plus 17,000 to hand. This is pretty big, and Kat is having to build from an empty board state, which is unfortunate. So hard play, the Tankmon. Unfortunately, the Leopard X is going to be able to bounce to hand, but the Tankmon de-digivolves it, so she has successfully gotten that threat off of the board. Unfortunately, I believe I do have one more Leopard X in hand, and we can just do the whole thing all over again next turn for one. For some reason, I hidden potential discovered here. Not quite sure why I did that, because again, it's only one. So we use the Leopard X, playing out Medieval Gallant, suspending 2 of our Digimon to reduce by a further force. So Medieval Gallant is actually played for 0. That's the meme play. That's what we want to see into the Leopardmon. I think this is why I did the HPD, because I wanted to do it again. I wanted to go into Leopardmon, play out another body, digivolve in the back into Lalamon, and then we digivolve into Leopard X again for 1, playing out Blossomon for 0. So now we've got 2 Leopard X's on board. You do never ever want to see this in Green Ranger. Kat is in a tremendous amount of danger as Green Ranger is about to go Ultra Instinct. Playing out the Namekamon, and we swing in 2 checks, removal option, swing in with the Togemon, swing in with the 2 Leopard X's, and then 1 more with the Palmon for game. We're going to go to game 2 now. I think she was saying that she wasn't seeing any of her top end or the option cards, which again is unfortunate because in Three Musketeers, you've got a lot of answers to your thing being removed. If anything, you want it to, so that you can trigger protection and using some really powerful option cards. It's also really great security bombs as well. So it's not in any way a bad deck. It's just, I think it's like a speed thing with the rest of the meta at the moment. It's either go big or go wide really quickly. So we're digivolving in the back into this Sparamon, I think that is. And I'm going to respond by doing the same into Lalamon, into Sunflowmon, because I think we're trying to build as quickly as possible. And then we play out the Palmon. Sparamon comes out, an option card goes under, digivolve into Deputymon, trashing it to gain the memory back. And then I believe we're going to go into a Gigadramon and just put that option card right back under, and also delete the Palmon. And Palmon is gone. Okay, so back over to my turn. We've got Gigadramon on board. It's very scary, and we've just got Sunflow Dingus in the back so that we push out Digivolve into Argomon for free. And then I think we just go into Medieval Gallants. Yep, there it is. And we suspend and delete. So the tables have turned once again. Now, Green Ranger has the upper hand, and there's nothing on Three Musketeers' side of the board, and they're gonna have to rebuild. So we play a BL-Star Ace, which is pretty good. It's gonna get rid of the Medieval Gallant, and again put me to no board state, and I'm gonna have to rebuild. So basically, I mean, this whole matchup is kind of a war of attrition to see who can blow up the most and who can build quickest. So yeah, we use the agility training at the Quartz 2 hand, which is going to be important later. Play the Lalamon, which reveals 3. We grab the Palmon, I think it was, and bottom deck the stuff we need, because Lalamon is a dingus. Right, so we've passed over on 3. We've got Toga in back, and we've got an agility training ready to go and climb the stack in the back. We go into the X antibody using the option, tucking it under and deleting the Lalamon. Digivolving in the back into Tankmon, not a bad option. Just build up as much as you can. Trashing the 2 option cards to do 2 checks, I believe. And it does actually look like 3 Musketeers might come out on top here, because it looks like they built up faster and they're going to do more checks faster than I can rebuild. But I've got Togemon and agility training, so we're about to see what Great Ranger can do. We push out the Togemon, 2 memory, more than enough. Right, so let's see. We are going to I think I'm asking if there's any kind of removal type thing. I don't think there is. My camera is just glitched out for a second there. Hopefully it's fine. Okay, we Digivolve, de-Digivolve using the Rapidmon's effect, using the agility training, so it only costs 2. And then we're going to HPD into a Leopard X. Leopard X is going to play out a Digimon reduced by 4. And I believe, yeah, no. Ooh, what am I going to choose? I think I'm going to choose, yeah, I'm working out the maths on it, but I choose the Medieval Gallant, which is only going to cost 7, but then it's going to be reduced by 4 because of the overflow. So, yeah, play it for 7, delete the BL-Star Ace, gain 4 memory, go back, push them to 3. Now it is over to Cat's turn. It has the Gigadramon, so possibly a snapback. That could push the game in favor. Now, this is where I think there was a misplay, where Cat could have stolen game here. She had a choice to make. She could either delete the Medieval Gallant, or she could delete the Leopard X. However, I think she has a Toy Agumon in hand and wants to get some search power off. No, she can't do that with the Medieval Gallant on board. Makes a calculated decision and decides the thing to get rid of would be Medieval Gallant, so that more search can be done to possibly get top end again. However, Leopard X being on board is a big deal, because that is essentially just 4 extra memory to play out anything I like on my turn. So we do use the option, and I believe she chooses a Medieval Gallant to delete. If it was just Medieval Gallant on board, I can't do a lot because I'm not playing out Digimon. I don't have a tamer to push out. I think that would have been the correct choice, just to get rid of Leopard X. But we play the Toy Agumon. That's our reward to get the search. We are going to Digivolve in the back into Palmon. And then I think we're going to use Leopard X's ability, playing out something for free that's 4 or less than Namakamon. There it is. We are going to suspend the Namakamon, do the search, find one of our pieces, take the Leopardmon to hand. I believe then we're going to use a Digisorption, are we? Yep, Digisorption into Blossomon, so it costs 0. And then we're going to Digivolve into the Leopardmon for 3, playing out something that costs 4 or less. I think then we possibly, I think we pick the Cherubi. No. We pick the Togemon, because it's time for that. We're going to get to that. And that bounces to hand from the first Leopard X. And then we go into a second Leopard X. That's going to play the Cherubi, reduced by 7, so it's free. Cherubi's going to play out something, and that's going to reduce the DP. And then the second Leopard X is going to bounce something with a very low DP, which is now 2-hand. And since it's a May, basically Leopard X is going to wait until Cherubi has resolved its effect to bounce to hand, which is why I think I should probably up the amount of Cherubis in my deck. Now, at this point, I think Green Ranger has taken the tempo on this. Very hard to clear the board, very hard to build back up. Not impossible, though, for 3 Musketeers, and I think Kat does a very good job at almost getting there. Especially since the next turn, my turn here, I believe I do a big misplay where I just start swinging before I've even used the once per turn on the Leopard X's to play out something. So I could play out a cost 7, I can play out a cost 4. I've essentially got 10 free memory, and I only use one of them to play out a Togemon, no less. We bounce to hand, because that's easy. And then we swing in. There we go. That's the mistake. I know that there's removal options, and there it is. The very first one, it's a removal option. And yeah, she's going to get rid of the one that I've not used, and I have lost the ability to use that now. It's a bit devastating. I really need to focus on my game. Right, so I push out. Play the Mimi with the Toga. Push out with the Sunflowmon. I'm then going to Digivolve into Grand Gale. Effect of Grand Gale, I am going to suspend itself, so it's unaffected by effects. Suspend the Toga to play out Taiga for free. And then I'm all tapped out, but the board is becoming more and more obnoxious by the second, so I go into Quartzmon. The idea being that if they want to play the game, they're going to have to delete Quartzmon, and it's also a tempting target to get rid of Quartzmon because there's an ace underneath. However, if you do that, Leopard X is still going to be there next turn, so kind of got a plan, and basically it's going to be try and get rid of the Quartzmon, and try and clear as much board as possible, which I think Kat does do. She thinks quite hard about it and does it in a very precise order. First we de-digivolve the Quartzmon. I believe we're going to pop the Cherubimon and try popping some other stuff as well. 1 second, my camera is starting to freeze up. Hang on. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I think it's quite an impressive play, and quite a lot of stuff is gonna happen, and indeed she is going to clear most of the board. Sadly though, I do have a Mimi on board, so if you didn't manage to get rid of all the level 5s, Mimi's just gonna Mimi. So yeah, Tankmon swings in, and that's the fatal flaw, because then Lilymon Ace pops out and bottom decks a Digimon. Now we're at 2 and no board stays, looking at a whole mess of green. But again, you know, I think she uses what's at her disposal. She's going to play that for 10. Using an option to delete most of the board, but Mimi is still around, and I don't think there's much we can do at she can do at that point. What is unfortunate is that I've only got a Pomu in the back, which is going to prevent me from playing out Digimon, but does a check and unfortunately hits the second Mimi, which I think just is the final nail in the coffin. So we're going to push out, tap the Mimi, hatch. We're going to Digivolve, tap the Mimi, push out. So we've got many checks. And then we're going to play the Rapidmon using the Leopard X's ability, bouncing to hand so they can't ace. Swinging with Cherubi for 2 checks with a line swinging with the Leopard X, and swinging with Palmonix Antibody for a game. And that was 3 Musketeers. Over to the exit screen. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and harvest them comments for a great Cthulhu Overlord. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.